Saka Dawa Duchen Kabarjin, Italia, Tanda, and Sakya Foundation, you win now when I see in Manzola, Yamdro down, Simye, Dutima, there, Chetusi, and the day in the Zane, that day, Kapso, any case that Duchen Kabarjin, Kapso, and the Tiwachayata, the Cho, Saya. The vacation body is lava in the Namju, it to the Mindawa, to see Chabot in the day Italia, then it gave out that the work Hasha in the paid ruler, so that the day the work palm there, and they gave out to go the vacation by him, but they gave out like that, gave out Mario at the inner Chanju is some say, there is large, the Dani Yama, Jawa Sada Java Tanji, Java Jiva Lam, the Chaju Selim, Rimbashi Yimbare, the day in the Tane, then the day said the Tamaloge, then to the Dimbateata, and the Jimmy Nayata, and the Tosinala Nashia. So today is a very auspicious day. So first of all, I would like to extend my very warm greetings and best wishes to all our Dhamma brothers and sisters throughout the world on this very auspicious day of Vesak, full moon day, where the Lord Buddha was born and attended enlightenment, and they also enter into the Mahaparinibbana. So on this day, whatever the virtuous practice we do, it multiplies into millions. And so therefore it is very important occasion. And as Sakya Foundation has requested me that I'm going to give refuge and also the Bodhisattva Vow. So the Bodhisattva Vow. And so Bodhisattva Vow, although there are many different virtuous practice, but the most important, most effective, and then the best one is the bodhicitta, the enlightenment mind, because it is the mind that leads to the ultimate enlightenment. And so that we should try to create the bodhicitta to all sentient beings. And so this is, of course, the most important one. And even just to think about the bodhicitta, one can earn an enormous amount of merits. So if you really create the bodhicitta, of course, there's no comparison reason for with the other virtuous deeds. And so therefore it is very, very, very important
And so today that you are creating the enlightenment mind is very important, because in our previous lives that we have created enough merit, so this time we are fortunate to get the human life, and not only human life, but also it is endowed with prerequisites. And then also that we met the Buddha Dharma, and so when we have all the opportunities, and when we have all the facilities, that if we don't practice Dharma, and if we could not get the on the path, then we never know how long one could live. The life is impermanent, and nobody can determine how long one could live. And then next time where we will go, whether we will have such opportunity or not, is also very difficult to say. So therefore, this time then when we have all the facilities, then it is very important to practice. And next time, we don't know where we will be born, whether we will have such opportunity or not also is very difficult to determine. And then next time, wherever we're born, that the karmas or the deeds that we have created while we are alive will follow us, just like our shadow will follow our body, that it will follow us wherever we go. And so therefore this time then when we have all the freedom and all the facilities and all the opportunities, then it is very important to practice Dharma. And Dharma also, there are many different kinds of Dharmas. I myself believe that actually all the major religions of the world have its own beauty and its own way to help the sentient beings. And but that we are Buddhist, we follow the Lord Buddha. And Lord Buddha is when he created the enlightenment mind, he created the mind for the sake of all sentient beings. And in the meantime, he accumulated the two heaps, the merit heap and wisdom heap. And eventually that he attained the full enlightenment, and then he performed many activities, physical activities, verbal activities, and mental activities. But the most important one is the voice activity, the turning of the wheel of Dharma, what he has realized, what he has attained, that he teaches to the followers. So that is the most important thing. And so, and Buddha, the great Lord Buddha, who possessed infinite wisdom, compassion, and through his skillful means, have bestowed enormous amount of teachings. And if we divide the teachings, we can divide into many different ways, like subject-wise, teaching-wise, and followers-wise, time-wise, and so on. But from the followers, there are two different kinds of followers. The followers who follow the smaller goal, and followers who follow the greater goal. And so therefore there are two yanas, the Hinayana and Mahayana. And then the Hinayana is just to attain the nirvana for oneself, and it could not benefit so many beings. And it is a great big obstacle to attain the ultimate enlightenment. And so therefore it is called the Hinayana. The Mahayana means through the motivation and also the efforts that it fulfills both oneself as well as the others. So therefore it is the Mahayana, and Mahayana's the main base and nature of the path is creating the enlightenment minds. And for that first time that you need to receive it from master, and then later on that you will receive yourself. And so first of all, today you visualize right in front of you in the sky the great Lord Buddha with all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and all the root and lineage gurus, and in front of you yourself sitting and requesting to bestow the Bodhisattva vow. And so with that you repeat. So first I will just read the Tibetan text, and then you will repeat after me these requested lines. O Nija Chanjuki Chodo Simjebe Shoga Shebrda Dag Simjebe Shogaki Tela O Tamji Gewa Namalo Sono Sabeto Mi Lumbuchi Top Sanji Damba Danja Tedar Chubi Nega Durshure Maje Lamnare Masina Chelang Eva Nebe Namji Mishi Gewa La Rawa Madobe Karji Mishi Jijan Shishi Gewa Sange Kranele Gidi Jesu Tawa La Tada Rawa Yube Kapter Kabu Gewe Shure Jita Shute Dembali Dile Shiro Dukurbo Muditang Sobola Sobe Lamtena Demba Koala Madro Demba Nyomo Menyambo Migube Lamjitsu Tada Beba Jija Turi Jibu and Tobarkana Tarbada Tamji Kimba Toba Mejitsa Ona Lam Kanka Choa Jusina Ogoji Demba Sanji Jumdende Dani Koya Nyebale Cho Tamji Kimba Ishingundu Ze Niji Sidangundu Zebatar Shendala Dembe Demba Nyangale Dawa Sheba Ji Shijiva La Teta Sanji Ti Dembe Chu Samji Michel Naya Teba Chizuni Sudoa Labor Dave Teba Chungu Lamji Rani Shivar Sheba Madoba Shengi Tonja Shimba the Sanji Tobe Kyosu Jurbe Teba member Sumbala Teba Shimbu de Samba and Jora Jashimbu Randa Shengi Tempusun Toba Juvar Jibe Teba Shimbu Lamdila Nenden de Gita Teba Shimbu di Shidan Lamni Mor Cuba Shanju Gicho the Simjava Imberson Tea Tambar Yanta Barlangba Shiva Gere Shinile Lengabatana Nija Paja Simjava Tovala Vetenaji Paja Sos Sadevada Matovanam Gitovra Chavitan Tiria Simjava Jiva Dungi Nagana Zulama Tamba Jubata Javananta Sanjada Shajusam Bapad Member Sugar Gom Tenam Jicanga Dara Simjava Nawa Shushi Soa Deva Gomla Dagi Lemo Zerji Rigi Pudala Tusumji Sanjadang Chanju Semba Hamjiki Jobachi Velam Jasun Wendo Joa Jingi Chanju Gichodo Simjava Zadu So Rigi Budala, Tusumji, Sangyeda, Sanju Semba, Hamjiji, Jabachi Velam, Kepsun Wando, Joa Shinji, Sanjuki Shodo, Semjeva, Taduso, Rigi Budala, Tusumji, Sangyeda, Sanju Semba, Hamjiji, Jabachi Velam, Kepsun Wando, Joa Shinji, Sanjuki Shodo, Semjeva, Taduso. So as you requested now that I will bestow the Bodhisattva Vows, and that has three parts: the preparation part, the main part, and the conclusion part. The preparation part has 7 parts. So the first one is doing prostrations, because we need to prostrate to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. If you do prostrations to one Buddha, you can get immense merit as many as the atoms of the area where you are doing the prostrations. So if you do all the Buddhas, you imagine all the Buddhas together, past, present, future, and all the Buddhas of the 10 directions, and then also your own body multiply. Multiply into thousands, millions, as many as atoms of the universe, then doing prostration. So if you do one prostration, you can get immense merit. So if you do to all the Buddhas, prostrations as many as millions do together, then of course you can get immense, countless, immeasurable merits. So with that kind of visualization, that you do the prostrations to all the Buddhas and the Gurus and Dhamma and Sangha and deities. So you do, you repeat after me these lines. Tedar jiva di che gitara soa davala, tatagi jasim jebe shoga jiva la, tela jowa mishi je namba sum yevale, tomar jowa choga la dun yebe, sene legi jiva tabar chawe chedu kunjo choba ji, tela tomar kurdi choba shi jiva cha chawa labe, tagi lupa du meba chula, simjen tamje tabji du cha chawar gomla, tamar jala, Tagi Lemo Zoji, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhamaya, Nama Sangaya, Nama Sawa, Buddha Bodhi, Sadhanam, Mandara, Devata, Om Namo, Guru Be, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhamaya, Namo Sangaya, Namasawa, Buddha Bodhi, Sadhanam, Mandara, Devata, Om Namo, Guru Be, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhamaya, Nama Sangaya, Namasawa, Buddha Bodhi, Sadhanam, Mandara, Devata, Om Namo, Guru Be, Then after that is the offerings that you multiply your own body, wealth, especially the virtuous deeds that you transform into the offerings. Offerings such as like flowers, incense, lights, water, drinking water, washing water, scented water, and lights, food, and music offerings. These offerings are made through your mudras, mantras, and also the visualization, meditations together. So three do together, then one can get the immense offerings. So now with this, that you do the offerings. That also offerings that we have already set here, as well as many more multiplied and manifested in enormous amount of merits to all universe, all of the thousands and thousands of universe filled with the offering objects and offered. If you offered one flower to the Buddha, of course you can get immense, as there are stories that ancient time, the one small child offered a handful of grains to the Buddha, and few of them, 1 or 2 grains were falling in the begging bowls, and 1 or 2 fell on his head, and so on. And then they, in their next life, they got universal emperors. So even 1 grain can create such a great merit. So if you offer the thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of multiplied, and in the whole universe, thousands of universe, then of course you can get as immeasurable merits. So with that you do again with the mudras. If you know the mudras, then you do the mudras also. If you don't know the mudras, then you can just repeat after me the mantras. Then the methodology of Shivatam Jilhazele to the Nanga Kamcha Lama the Kujosum Shivargona Dijin Om Savatata Gada Aragam Padiza Kunda Menga Samudra Saparana Samaye Hum Om Savatata Gada Padam Padiza Kunda Menga Samudra Saparana Samaye Hum Om Savatata Gada Danza Pube, Padiza, Kundamega, Samudra, Saparana, Samaye, Hum, Om Savatata Gada, Danza Dube, Padiza, Kundamega, Samudra, Saparana, Samaye, Hum, Om Savatata Gada, Danza Alunge, Bodhisattva, Fundamenga, Samudra, Saparana, Samaye, Om Savatata Danza Gende, Bodhisattva, Fundamenga, Samudra, Saparana, Samaye, Om Savatata Danza Nivinde, Bodhisattva, Fundamenga, Samudra, Saparana, Samaye, Om Savatata Danza Shabda, Bodhisattva, Fundamenga, Samudra, Saparana, Samaye, So after here is the offerings. Now, part of this is also refuge. Without receiving the refuge, you can't receive the Bodhisattva vows. You have to, as a prior to receiving the Bodhisattvas, you have to receive the refuge. So in order to purify our karmic obscurations and also to confess that you need to rely on the powerful. For example, if you are doing something wrong, legally something wrong, then you have to rely on the powerful lawyers or some powerful person. Similarly, that we have done from the beginning last time until now, we have committed many negative deeds. So this time, in order to confess that we need to rely on the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. So prior to this is to receive the refuge. Refuge is very important as it is the root of all the Dharma, preliminary practice of all the path, and foundation of all the vows. And it is a thing to differentiate between the Buddhist and the non-Buddhist. So if you take refuge, then you become a Buddhist. If one have not taken the refuge, then one is not a Buddhist. So taking refuge is very, very important. And so all sentient beings from this moment until enlightenment is reached, that you take refuge. Buddha as our guide, and Dharma as our actual path, and Sangha as our companions. So with that you repeat after me the refuge vows. Yanam Chobala, the Lobe Jamnela, Meve, Legitiva Chawata, then Kebajana, Tembe, turn to Japsudo, Jive, Tata, Simjan Tamji, Ji, Tuitane, Son, the Sisi Sanji, Koma Madu, Jipa, Kunjo, Sumla, Japsudo, Bomla, Tagi, Lemuji, Chojuna Shuve, Sanjeba, Chanju Semba, Hamje, Tara, Bonsuso, Tata, Simjan Tamje, Tudine, Sune, Chanju Ningbul, Chiji Badu, Gani Nambicho, Sanjela, Japsishu, Dejata, Chawa Nambicho, Shula, Japsishu, Fa Nambicho, Chanju Sembe, Indula, Japsishu, Chojuna Shube, Sanjebam, Chanju Semba, Hamje, Dala Consuso, Ada, Simjan Tamje, Tudine, Sune, Sisi Chanju, Ningbur, Shiji Bazo, Gani Namdicho, Sanjela, Japsishu, Dejata, Chawa Namdicho, Shula, Japsishu, Fa Namdicho, Gindula, Chanju Sembe, Gindula, Japsishu, Chojuna Shube, Sanjeba, Chanju Semba, Hamje, Dala, Bonsuso, Dada, Simjan Tamje, Tudine, Sune, Chanju Ningbo, Chiji Pardo, Anya Nambicho, Sangela, Japsu, Dejadang, Chawa Namjicho, Shela, Japsu, Chua Namjicho, Chanju Sembe, Gindula, Japsu. So, in this way that you receive the refuge vow, and after receiving refuge vow, that you become a Buddhist, and you are already on the path, and even the worldly deities pay respect and prostrations to you, so you become worthy of receiving the respects, and you become the Buddhist, that you are on the right path. And then you have the foundation of all the vows. Now, in order to purify negative deeds that we have committed from the beginning last time until now, that you are purified, that you confess with the full 4 powers, the power of object, the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, power of remorse, that is due to excess defilements, and also carelessness and ignorance, disrespectful, and so whatever non-virtuous deeds that we have committed from the beginning last time until now, we confess with remorse. Remorse as strong as a poison taken by mistake, with such that we confess. And so that is the second power, the power of remorse. And then third power is the power of antidote, that we confess today, and then now from now onwards in the future, that we will never repeat the same mistakes again. Never repeating the same mistake again is the power of antidotes. And by doing this confession, that all the negative deeds that we have committed in the past are completely purified, is the power of revival. So with these 4 powers that you completely purify the negative deeds. So with that you repeat after me these lines. Yada japsu somwe jap chebar janda jeshi domba thamji ki tandan damar kurba la. Tango sa ki diwa thamji thawar chewe tundu diwa shabar kurba lama da kunjo ki changa. Dada simjan thamji ki ngar chewe diwa thamji sha. Shinje nyuze ki dam nyamdu kumla dagi lemu zoji. Cho juna shuwe sangye dam. Chanju semba. Hamje. Dala konsuso. Dada. Simjan thamji ki. Setoma mebane. Leda. Nyomombe wandu. Kurbe. Luda. Nada. Gigi gosumne. Diwa migewe. Le jiva. Hamje. Susur shashin. Yang migido. Chochuna shube. Sangyedam. Chanju semba. Hamje. Dala konsuso. Dada. Simjen thamji ki. Setoma mebane. Leda. Nyomombe. Wandu kurbe. Luda, Nada, Iju Kosumne, Diwan Mikewe, Ne Giva, Hamje, Soso Shashi, Yami Gido, Chojuna Shube, Sangyedam, Chanju Semba, Hamje, Dala Gonsuso, Nada, Simjan Tamjiki, Chetoma Nevade, Leda, Nyomombe, Wondu Kurbe, Luda, Nada, Iju Gosumne, Diwa Mikewe, Le Jiva, Hamje, Susur Shashi, Yami Gito. So by doing this way, it purifies all the negative deeds that we have committed in the past. Now, in order to increase our virtuous deeds, that we do the rejoice, we do rejoice to all the beginning from the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, practical Buddhas, Shavakas, and also ordinary people, including yourself. Whatever virtuous deeds that we have committed, that we rejoice without any kind of regret, without any kind of jealousy or competition thoughts, that we rejoice. So with that thing that you repeat after me, this rejoicing the virtuous deeds. Ti diwa na sabshin tabar kirwa la, ta gyawa tsawa pewe tundu jesu irawa tibe kowa da nyangale tebe duba, shenji gyawa tamje la jesu ira nyamdo kumla lemon tsoyoji, chochu na shube, sangye dang, sanju semba, tamje, dala, gongsu so, soso gyawa dang, tangwa nyendo dang, Rang Sangye dang, Chanju Semba dang, Nana Meba, Yang Dabar, Zobe Sangye ki, Gewe Tsawa, Tamje la, Gashin, Jesu Irawa, Yu, Chochu na Shube, Sangye dang, Chanju Semba, Tamje, Dala Gongsu so, Soso Kyo dang, Agwa Nyendo dang, Rang Sangye dang, Chanju Semba dang, Nana Meba, Yang Dabar, Zobe Sangye ki, Gewe Tsawa, Hamje la, Gashin, Jesu Irawa, Yu, Chochu na Shube, Sangye dang, Chanju Semba, Hamje, Dala Gongsu so, Soso Kyo dang, Agwa Nyendo dang, Rang Sangye dang, Chanju Semba dang, Nana Meba, Yang Dabar, Zobe Sangye ki, Gewe Tsawa, Hamje la, Gashin, Jesu Irawa Yu. And so this increases our virtuous deeds. Now, in order to ripening the sentient beings and to liberate them, we request to turn the wheel of Dharma to all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas. So your body is multiplied. If you request to one Buddha, you get great merit. So if your body is multiplied into countless, and then to all sentient beings together, that if you go to the Buddhas and offer golden wheel with 1,000 spokes and as an offering, and then request to bestow the teachings. So that way that you get great merit. So this way that you repeat after me these lines. Ki rangi jula gewe tsawa pada meba pewar juwa la, ta simjena mijin chor jiwe tundu shoji kolo kuwa jiwe, rangi lupa meba june simjen tamje da tabji to sanje tamji ki chengar chine, Sergicolo Tipton Dembalo Sovayon de Pune. Chusson Shuar Gomla so Lemon Jersey, Chojuna Shube, Sangeda, Chanju Semba, Hamje, Dara Consuso, Kanda Choju, Jibenji Kam, Hamjena, Number Shube, Sanje Jumdende, Shujukolo, Kora Misheba, Kada Hamjela, Simjan Tamje, Minjing. Or give a leto, Shuju Polo, Kor Kulo, Chojuna Shube, Sangyabang, Chanju Semba, Hamje, Dara Kosuso, Anda Choju, Jibenji Hamje, Jibenji Ham, Hamjena, Number Shube, Sanje Jumdende, Shuju Polo. Kora Misheba, Kada Tamjela, Simjan Tamje, Minjing, Or Give Ledo, Shuju Polo, Kor Kulo, Chojuna Shube, Sangedan, Chanju Semba, Tamje, Ara Consuso, Kanda Choju, Jidenji Ham, Hamjena, Number Shube, Sanje Jumdende, Shuju Kolo, Kora Misheba, Tera Tamjela, Simjan Tamje, Minjin Chor, Give Ledo, Shuju Kolo, Kor Kulo. So by doing this way, that you request all the Buddhas to bestow the teachings, and that in this way that you can get enormous amount of merits. Now, in order to continuously turning the wheel of Dharma, that you make the request to all the Buddhas not to enter Nirvana and remain here as long as the samsara exists, that we request to all the Buddhas also remain here and to help sentient beings. So with you request to remain Buddhas, not enter Nirvana and remain here all the time as long as samsara exists, so that you also get the great merit. So you repeat after me these lines. Pedar kuwe sanje namji shotamra jubi kyawarana namji tawar kyawarana. Tashe jukolo de ju mishe bar jungwar chawe tando nyangane mindawar sowa deva lave. Yang rangi lupa de meba chuba de simja tamji da tamji de sanje tamji ki changar sinde. Shebe sowa namji chwe ne. Kowa ju machi ji padu nyangane mindawa shuba shunyam de gona. Lemo Jeji, Chojuna Shube, Sangyeda, Chanju Semba, Hamje, Dara Konsuso, Kanda Choju, Jibenji Kam, Hamjena, Number Shube, Sanje Jumdende, Yangele, Dara Kongba, Jada Tamjela, Kora Sidu, Yangele, Mindawar Shune, Simjan Tamjiki, Dön Deval, Soa Devso, Chojuna Shube, Sangeban, Chanju Semba, Hamje, Dala Konsuso, Kanda Choju, Jibenji Kam, Hamjena, Number Shube, Sanje Jumdende, Yangene, Dar Gongba, Jada Tamjela, Koa Sidu, Yangene, Mindawar Shune, Simjan Tamjiki, Dön Jebel, Soa Devso, Chojuna Shube, Sanje Dang, Chenju Semba, Tamje, Dara Bonsuso, Kanda Choju, Jibenji Kam, Tamje Na, Namar Shube, Sanje Chumbende, Nyangele, Dara Gongba, Yada Tamje Na, Korasidu, Nyangele, Mindawar, Shune, Simjan Tamjigi, Yuan Javar, So Derso. So by making requests like this, that Buddhas remain, not enter in the Nirvana and remain in samsara and helping the sentient beings. And in this way, that you also get enormous amount of merits. Now, now by doing prostrations, offerings, and confession, rejoicing, and also request to turn the wheel of Dharma, request to not to enter Nirvana. And now the seventh one is, so by doing this way, that you have already earned enormous amount of merits. So while the merit is still fresh and is not damaged by other deeds, before it is damaged by other deeds, that you dedicate, we have to dedicate to all sentient beings. So if you dedicate, then it could not be damaged by the strong opposition thoughts, such as anger. And moreover, it increases all the time. So therefore, after each virtuous deed, that it is very important to dedicate the merits. So with this, that you repeat after me this dedication prayer. Tedar soa ta sanyan na nyaran le mindar shun simjin ki ten zabar kyu kewaran nam ki tawar kyu la ta geret ta da chu misawa chewe chore rimba samar chi mo ji be kewa tan yons mo nyam be kila di le mo je chi cho chu na shu be sanje dang sanju semba hamje ala konsu so ta ja ki tedar ji be Gevetsawa, Tadagi Tu, Tajagi Jura, Chanju Jisem, Kewatang, Hatchimber Chuji, Chojuna Shube, Sangyadang, Chanju Semba, Hamje, Tara Ponsuso, Tajagi, Tadarjive, Gevetsawa, Tadagi Tu, Tajagi Jura, Chanju Jisem, Kewatang, Hatchimber Chuji, Chojuna Shube, Sangyadang, Chanju Semba, Hamje, Dara Konsuso, Tajagi, Tadarjive, Gevetsawa, Tadagi Tu, Tajagi Jura, Chanju Jisem, Kewatang, Hatchimber Chuji. So these are the 7 preparations: the prostrations, offerings, of confession, and rejoicing, and request to turn the wheel of Dharma, request not to enter Nirvana, and dedication. And refuge is part of the confession, because before you make the confession, you need to rely on some strong and powerful refuge. So therefore, you take the refuge. So in this way, these are the preparations for the taking of the Bodhisattva Vow. So now the preparation part is completed, and now the main part. But before the main part, first it has 2 parts. main part is two parts: training of the mind, and then actual vow. Training of the mind means from the beginning last time until now, we only think about ourselves. We always think number one as ourselves, and we don't think about others. So this time that we train that our body, wealth, especially the virtuous deeds that we have accumulated in the past, virtuous deeds that we are accumulating now, and the virtuous deeds that we will accumulate in the future are all combining them together, and we give completely to all other sentient beings. And if each and every sentient being receives it and they are purified all their negative deeds and they are adorned with the virtuous deeds, and that they become cause with the cause of the enlightenment. So you train. This is you just train. Tedar dumbuti joe choa yana dumba chawana tarmushi kibala tela tomar samba jawata samba jone tamjawa ni yobala tela tomar samba jawa kiwe da sewa shin gombar shu da luda longje da tu sum du sabi kiwe zawa tamje samje tamje la chimbe simje riri jang yongsu tobo tomne Diwada Duna Tamjeta Char, Yawada Deva Pusu Sabata De, Nuto Sanja Jujuba Gombarashu. So you just meditate on this study that everything that you have are giving totally to other sentient beings. And you just don't hold anything, that you completely giving every virtuous deed, everything that is giving to the other sentient beings. This is Samba Chawana. Then now, after the training of this, then the actual vow itself. This has two wishing enlightenment mind and entering enlightenment mind. Wishing enlightenment mind means that you realize all sentient beings are actually your relatives. You are related to us, and all sentient beings are very kind to us. Even in this life, you could not survive by yourself alone. Through your parents, through your teachers, through your guardians, they have raised you. So similarly, that all our lives depends on others. So therefore, all other sentient beings, moreover, we believe in rebirth. So from the beginning last time until now that we are born here in samsara again and again. So every sentient being is actually our parents and relatives, and they have protected from many dangers, and they have given us so much love and so much care. And so this time that we must pay back their kindness and their love, their benefit. And so the way to get benefit is to attain enlightenment in order to protect, in order to save all sentient beings from the suffering and place them to the path of happiness. So this is called wishing enlightenment mind. And then after having this wishing enlightenment mind, that you, in order to attain enlightenment, that you enter into the Bodhisattva's path. that you such as like the 6 parameters for collecting things and so on, the vast activities of the bodhisattvas that you wish to enter. And so these two, the wishing enlightenment mind and entering enlightenment mind, both if you make it as a vow in front of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, then you receive the Bodhisattva vows. So that this is the main part of the Bodhisattva vow, so that you again repeat after me these lines. Yada samba jone tham de samba jawala. Yada samba jone tham jawala bengonji sanje da chaju samba thamji chaju kisho tukje ba deshindo. Dagi jang simjen thamji ki tondo sanje thobarcha diche do chaju kisho do simjene. Chaju sembe lamnam la rimba shinde labr ji nyam do komla lemon toji. Cho juna shube sanje dam. Chaju semba thamje dala konsuso chidarangonji sanje tadagi simje thamje la tembar chawe chirda or chawe chirda mugi mebar chawe chirda chaju ji choji shunam yonsu zobar chawe chirda nana meba yandabar zobe chanju tu number zobar Sanjawara, Chavachir, Mabata, Jubea Dani Chengi, Sanju Jishodo, Tu Jeba, Teshindo, Nagita, Simjan Tamjera, Hamber Chavachirda, Tor Chavachirda, Mugi Maber Chavachirda, Sanju Jishoji, Shunam, Yonsu Tobar, Chavachirda, Lana Meba, Yandabar, Zobe Sanjudu, Member Zober, Sanjawar, Chavachir, Membata, Jube Dani Chengi, Sanju Jishodo, Simjabaratio, Chojuna Jube, Sanjana, Chanju Semba, Hamje, Dala Konsuso, Chidarangonji, Sanje Tadaki, Simja Tamjela, Temper Chavachita, or Chavachita, Mugi Member Chavachita, Chanju Gishoji, Shunam, Yonsu Dober, Chavachita, Lana Meba, Yandabar, Zobe Chanjutu, Member Zober, Sanjawar, Chavachir, Membata, Jube Dani Chengi, Chanju Jishodo, Tu Jeba, Nishindu, Nagitang, Simjan Tamjela, Member Chavachirda, Tor Chavachirda, Mugi Member Chavachirda, Chanju Jishoji, Shunam, Yonsu Zobar, Chavachirda, Lana Meba, Yandabar, Zobe Sanjudu, Member Zobar, Sanjawar, Chavachir, Membata, Jube Dani Chengi, Sanju Jishodu, Simjabar Dio, Chojuna Shube, Sanjeta, Sanju Semba, Hamje, Dala Konsuso, Chidarangonji, Sanje Tedagi, Simjan Tamjela, Temper Chavachirda, Tor Chavachirda, Mugi Member Chavachirda, Chanju Gishoji, Shunam, Yonsu Zobar, Chavachirda, Nana Meba, Yandabar, Zobe Chanjudu, Member Zobar, Sanjawar, Chavachir, Membata, Jube Dani Chengi, Chanju Gishodo, Tujeba, Tejindu, Dagi Jam, Simjan Tamjela, Hammer Chavachirdan, Hor Chavachirdan, Mugi Meber Chavachirdan, Chanjuji Choji, Shunam, Yonsu Zobar, Chavachirdan, Nana Meva, Yantavar, Zove Chanjudu, Number Zobar, Sanjawar, Chavachir, Membada, Jube Dani Jengi, Chanjuji Chodo, Simjavartio. So in this way, through the preparation, as well as from the main part, that you receive the Bodhisattva vow. And when you receive the Bodhisattva vow, the moment you receive the Bodhisattva vow, that you are released from the business of the samsara, and you become the child of the Buddhas, and that you become the worthy of receiving respect from the devas and gods and human beings. And you, since you are already on the path towards the enlightenment, that you are called the Buddha's child. And soon you will be fortunate to attain the enlightenment. So all the devas, all the gods, the worldly gods, and the Shavakas, Bodhisattva Buddhas will also do prostrations to yourself. So now the conclusion part has two. The first is that you should be rejoice yourself. You are so fortunate to be born as a human being and endowed with all the prerequisites, and not more that you have created the enlightenment mind, that you are already set on the path towards the enlightenment. So therefore you should be very joyful, and that from now onwards that you will not go out of this path and remain in this path and keep all the vast activities of the Bodhisattvas. So with that you repeat after me these lines. Tada jawa da mishinyi ji kone, kera namji chanju ki chodo semke ba tobe, junju le chanju semke kyunda geji ki koya chara dambe nyamdaku, deshe namji sehe joesha jikden hamil jebe chaza gyobishe sombatar, jawa namji se chanju semba she chawa gyoshin, nyudu chanjebe kawa dante, hada jebe jikden da nyendo da rasanje tamji ki ke cha chawe nesu gyurwa la, 다 주기 초반에 니도 토마랑가 고물집에다 전주sem바 줄바 신도 된체 다 리단 팀베 저바라 진내제 랍고 냠도 고물라 니 레모저지 디린 다체 디부유 니 시바 레버토 디린 산제 리수제 산제 세소 타줄도 안에 다기 진내자 Rida Tumbe Lazamji, Jume Tumbe Ridela, Noble Minju Tedarcha. So that is the rejoicing by yourself. Now to rejoice others. After receiving the Bodhisattva vow, that you become a Bodhisattva, that all the gods, the white god, what we call the virtues god, those dharma protectors, deities are all very pleased, and they will also protect you. They will protect you because you are already set on the path. They will protect you always from all forms of obstacles. So therefore, the rejoicing of the others. 다시엔 가고금도 슈버 주베 다자게 심게바 톱지 잔주 선발 주베 대마라카 할로소 같은 제 가르지라 Da chanchu chubi chojan zoji jikuwar komla di jende dagi tiring kyoba tamjeji xiangar jowa deshe nidane ardu dela jundu pesenji hada rami lanswa kawarji. So in this way, the preparation and main part and the conclusion part that you have already created the enlightenment mind. So now from onward, now you become a bodhisattva. As a bodhisattva, that you have to abstain from all forms of negative deeds. And even you committed negative deeds accidentally or carelessly or unintentionally, then immediately you should confess. You should never remain without confession. And then also, we should try to practice compassion and shunyata, the ultimate nature of all phenomena. You know, the different schools try to describe the ultimate nature of all phenomena, but the highest one is the Madhyamika school, and that is to all ultimate nature of all phenomena is away from all extremes. It is a beyond speech, beyond description, beyond explanation, beyond conception. So this way, try to practice, and and there are many rules, because Buddha is very skillful, so he has given different rules for different persons. Some people who can keep lots of rules, some people who cannot keep lots of rules, and so on. That they're different rules. So, but the most important rule is always to think and never giving up the wish to attain enlightenment for the sake of all sentient beings. Whether you are sleeping or eating or doing or working or whatever you do, that you should always try to think of attaining the enlightenment for the sake of all sentient beings, no matter what kind of challenges, what kind of difficulties that you have to face, that you are ready to face, and that you will attain the enlightenment for the sake of all sentient beings. So with that you should follow this. Peda jonga jesum bi kone tham chanju gi chodo sem ge ba yong so ba to ba la ti la bar cha wa la nyu ji gi di wa mi xie wa me cha ge chu ne sha kwa cha dong ba de ni ji song du ju gi ten yen zhen da sem jian tham ji gi to de sa ge to bar cha nyam de chanju gi sem gyun du kon be la bar cha wa kai cha wa nan du wa la bar ta ge ba shen de che bar ze cha. Now to dedicate the merits by receiving the Bodhisattva Vow, the enormous amount of merits that we have obtained, that we dedicate to all sentient beings to have the to attain the enlightenment. And in order to attain enlightenment, they will until they attain the enlightenment, that they will continuously have a birth of human birth, and they will have the spiritual masters, and they will endow with the 6 paramita, 6 perfections for collecting things, and they will gradually proceed to the path of 10 bhumis and 10 bhumis and 10 5 parts. So with that you repeat after me the dedication prayer. 다 계획자와 탐지 쉬 메시지 타심을 셔였던 농어와 집에 가신 집에 계획자와 탐지 삼바 넘버 탑에 뒤는 심지어 탐지다 투모도 상계 토비 줄 노냠도 고물 레모즈지 초주나 슈베 상계당 전주 셈바 탐지 나라 공수소 나자기 계획자와 디당 계획자와 신 탐지 식도 domne 심전 탐지당 통어도 제대 나바 탐지 겸배 상계지 고마토베 귤귤지 테마도 기파도야 개와다 시바 탐지도 하다미 고마 추순서바 서버 줄지 양다베 라마 계획신인지 제수 손에 난 담바다 군조 전주 기심 송도 주바 귤라 제데 하루도 심바 주다 되응로보 남바시 제네 사주다 람나 되데 뉴도 남바 함지 쳔베 상계지 건방 탑으로 줄지 잠베바의 시다리 쳔바다 군도 상보 대야 대신데 대다 그지 제수 달로지 개와디다 함지 라등고 내가 수야 아자 탐지 세링와다 내매바다 롱주시와다 삼바 탐지 쉐신도 주바다 신도 자시바 줄지. So with this we completed the Bodhisattva vow. So the main thing is that after taking the Bodhisattva vow, not only that you abstain from hurting, from harming anybody, but as much as you can, that you should try to help. I mean, like tiny insects to save their lives, and also to human beings, especially those who are sick and needy ones, that you should try to help them, and always have generate the kind thoughts to all sentient beings. And so in this way that you are already proceeding, and that for Bodhisattva's path, and that you will increasing your qualities of the Bodhisattvas. So with this we now conclude the Bodhisattva's vow.
Thank you, Holiness. On behalf of the Sakya Foundation and all the participants on Zoom and on the live stream on the Facebook, we'd like to thank Holiness for bestowing this refuge and Bodhisattva vows on this holy Saka Dawa Duchen. And we want to wish Holiness good health and long life and continuously turning the wheel of the Dharma. So now I'd like to invite everybody to join us in reciting Holiness long life prayer and dedication prayer. We'll share the prayers on the screen. Thank you.
또 心顿解，下殿所本所教习顿解，扎些巴殿萨给确习，巴拉呢卓藏念解别，根多真相三存多解，大殿所论灭拉玛ço尊，图解当一当殿所教子，图多当觉念萨摩gyur me，殿别推知道了所谓的顿住就论解。kuncho jinje senge jina dang ga chua ga we du da ne ba yi kya we den zen jang yang ya se so gu zhe lin xie din de ge ju ru ji la ma gu kan sang la so wa de chu de gu zhe lin la so wa de tin le da xin ge la so wa de la ma zha wa me wa jing ge lo gu se ring wo xin de lian ba da den zhe ni da xin de se wa da nian zha nang ka da bu kya ba yi zha xie de gan den den de le xiu能的也当解释吧，你托你你别着能帮你你也个那解巴罗着吧，一些别做连着我着我来说，将巴巴为接待见吧，当坤多桑波的样的心的到根结结束的路，请给我的大堂接了度我，对孙学别叫我堂接，给我刚了出度我把的大义给为造我的鬼，将上波觉知了度我来给。强着有为有把着有把开着家子用手行为内光觉知的电把萨子把萨呀把一点把一有节，看见不给的我多节，点把点萨给确实。